I'm so glad you're here, because I'm about to share something with you that's completely changed my life, and I know it can do the same for you. I'm talking about journaling, and I know what you might be thinking. Journaling? That's for kids, or for people who are super into writing, right? But trust me, it's so much more than that. I've been journaling for years now, and it's been a total game changer. I've been able to process my thoughts and emotions in a way that's helped me grow as a person, and I've seen the same thing happen for so many other people. So let's dive in. Why should you start journaling today? Well, first of all, it's an amazing way to clear your mind. I remember when I first started journaling, I was going through a really tough time. I had just graduated from college, and I was feeling totally lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I was feeling a lot of pressure from my parents and society to figure it out. I was lying in bed one night, feeling completely overwhelmed, and I just started writing. I wrote about everything that was on my mind, my fears, my hopes, my dreams. And as I wrote, I started to feel a weight lifting off my shoulders. It was like I was finally allowing myself to process everything that was going on inside my head. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I'm not a good writer. Or, I don't have anything interesting to say. But here's the thing, journaling isn't about writing a bestseller. It's about getting your thoughts and feelings down on paper, and it's okay if it's not perfect. In fact, it's more than okay, it's necessary. Because when you're writing just for yourself, you can be completely honest. You don't have to worry about what other people will think, or whether your grammar is correct. You can just let it all out, and that's incredibly liberating. I've had so many people tell me that they're too busy to journal, or that they don't have the time. But the thing is, journaling doesn't have to take a lot of time. Even just a few minutes a day can be incredibly beneficial. And it's not like you have to write a certain amount, or follow some kind of formula. You can just write as much or as little as you want, whenever you want. I've journaled on my commute to work, during my lunch break, even in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep. And it's always helped me to feel more centered, more grounded. So, how do you get started with journaling? Well, first of all, you're going to need a journal. Now, this can be anything from a fancy leather-bound book to a cheap notebook from the grocery store. It really doesn't matter what it looks like, what matters is that it's something you feel comfortable with. I personally like to use a dedicated journal, something that's just for my writing. But I've also journaled on my phone, or even just on random pieces of paper. The point is, you don't need anything special to get started. Once you have your journal, it's time to start writing. Now, this can be the hardest part, especially if you're not used to writing. But here's a trick that I've found really helps, just start with your thoughts. Write down whatever is on your mind, no matter how silly it seems. You can write about your day, your hopes and dreams, your fears and anxieties. You can even just write about the weather, or what you had for breakfast. The point is, you're just trying to get your thoughts down on paper. As you get more comfortable with journaling, you can start to explore different techniques. One of my favorites is something called stream of consciousness writing. This is where you just write whatever comes into your head, without stopping or worrying about grammar or spelling. It's an amazing way to tap into your subconscious mind, and to process your thoughts and emotions on a deeper level. I've done this many times, and it's always led to some pretty profound insights. Another technique I like to use is something called prompting. This is where you write down a question or a prompt, and then just start writing. You can use anything from, "What am I grateful for today?" to, "What's been stressing me out lately?" The point is, you're giving yourself a starting point, and then just seeing where your writing takes you. I've used this technique to work through some really tough issues, and it's always helped me to feel more clarity and direction. I remember one time when I was feeling really overwhelmed, and I didn't know what to do. I was feeling stuck, like I was just going through the motions of my daily routine without any sense of purpose. So I sat down with my journal, and I just started writing. I wrote about how I was feeling, and what I thought was causing it. And as I wrote, I started to see some patterns emerge. I realized that I was feeling stuck because I was comparing myself to other people, and feeling like I wasn't measuring up. I was feeling like I needed to be more successful, more accomplished, more everything. But as I wrote, I started to see that this was all just a bunch of nonsense. I was putting pressure on myself to be something that I wasn't, and it was sucking the joy out of my life. So I made a decision. I was going to stop comparing myself to other people, and just focus on my own journey. I was going to start doing things that made me happy, and that brought me a sense of fulfillment. And you know what? It worked. I started to feel more alive, more present, more me. Journaling has also helped me to develop a greater sense of self-awareness. I've been able to look back on my writing, and see patterns and themes that I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. I've seen how I've grown and changed over time, and it's been amazing to watch. I've also been able to use my journal to set goals, and to track my progress. It's been incredible to see how much I've accomplished, and how far I've come. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I'm not consistent? What if I only journal once a week, or once a month? And here's the thing, it's okay if you're not consistent. The most important thing is that you're showing up, and that you're making an effort. I've had times when I've journaled every day, and times when I've gone weeks without writing. But the thing is, it's always been beneficial. It's always helped me to feel more centered, more grounded. I've also found that journaling has helped me to develop a greater sense of creativity. I've been able to brainstorm ideas, and to explore different possibilities. I've written about my hopes and dreams, and I've been able to see them more clearly. I've also been able to use my journal to work through challenges, and to find solutions. It's been an amazing tool, and it's something that I use all the time. One of the most powerful things about journaling is its ability to help you process difficult emotions. I've written about some of the toughest times in my life, and it's always helped me to feel more calm, more centered. I've been able to work through my feelings, and to find a sense of closure. I've also been able to use my journal to practice gratitude, and to focus on the positive things in my life. It's been an incredible way to shift my perspective, and to find more joy. I remember one time when I was going through a really tough breakup. I was feeling heartbroken, like I'd never be able to love again. But I sat down with my journal, and I just started writing. I wrote about how I was feeling, and what I was thinking. I wrote about the pain, the sadness, the anger. And as I wrote, I started to feel a sense of release. I started to feel like I was letting go of all the negative emotions, and that I was making space for something new. It wasn't easy, of course. It took time, and it took effort. But the thing is, it was worth it. Because as I wrote, I started to see that I was stronger than I thought. I started to see that I was capable of surviving, even thriving, in the midst of difficult circumstances. And that was an incredible feeling. Journaling has also helped me to develop a greater sense of compassion, both for myself and for others. I've been able to see that we're all struggling, that we're all doing the best we can. And that's been incredibly liberating. I've been able to let go of judgment, and to just be present. I've been able to focus on the moment, rather than getting caught up in worries about the past or future. I've also found that journaling has helped me to connect with others on a deeper level. I've been able to share my writing with friends and family, and it's always led to some amazing conversations. We've been able to talk about our hopes and dreams, our fears and anxieties. We've been able to connect on a deeper level, and it's been incredible. Now, I know that journaling might not be for everyone. And that's okay. The most important thing is that you find something that works for you, something that helps you to feel more alive, more present. But for me, journaling has been a total game changer. It's helped me to grow as a person, to develop a greater sense of self-awareness, and to connect with others on a deeper level. So, what's holding you back? Is it fear, or uncertainty, or just a lack of motivation? Whatever it is, I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to be scared, or to feel like you're not good enough. But the thing is, you are enough. You are worthy of taking the time to focus on yourself, to explore your thoughts and feelings. You are worthy of journaling, and of seeing where it takes you. I remember when I first started journaling, I was so hesitant. I didn't know if it would be worth it, or if I'd just be wasting my time. But the thing is, it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. It's helped me to grow, to learn, and to connect with others on a deeper level. And I know it can do the same for you. So, I want to leave you with a challenge today. I want to challenge you to start journaling, to see where it takes you. It might be uncomfortable at first, or it might feel like a waste of time. But the thing is, it's worth it. It's worth taking the time to focus on yourself, to explore your thoughts and feelings. It's worth seeing where journaling can take you, and what it can teach you about yourself. And as you start this journey, I want you to remember that it's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to make mistakes, or to not know what you're doing. The most important thing is that you're showing up, and that you're making an effort. You're taking the time to focus on yourself, and to explore your thoughts and feelings. And that's something to be proud of. So, go ahead. Take the leap. Start journaling, and see where it takes you. It might just change your life, in ways you never thought possible. And even if it doesn't, it's still worth it. Because the thing is, you're worth it. You're worthy of taking the time to focus on yourself, to explore your thoughts and feelings. You're worthy of journaling, and of seeing where it takes you. As you begin this journey, I want to remind you that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about the process of exploring your thoughts and feelings, and of growing as a person. It's about the moments of insight, the moments of clarity, and the moments of connection. And it's about the sense of fulfillment, the sense of purpose, that comes from taking the time to focus on yourself. So, don't be afraid to take the first step. Don't be afraid to start journaling, and to see where it takes you. Because the thing is, it's worth it. It's worth the time, the effort, and the uncertainty. It's worth the moments of discomfort, and the moments of growth. It's worth the journey, and the destination. And it's worth the sense of fulfillment, the sense of purpose, that comes from taking the time to focus on yourself. I believe in you, and I know that you can do this. I know that you can start journaling, and that you can see the benefits for yourself. I know that you can grow, learn, and connect with others on a deeper level. And I know that you can find a sense of fulfillment, a sense of purpose, that comes from taking the time to focus on yourself. So, go ahead. Take the leap. Start journaling, and see where it takes you. It might just change your life, in ways you never thought possible. And even if it doesn't, it's still worth it. Because the thing is, you're worth it. You're worthy of taking the time to focus on yourself, to explore your thoughts and feelings. You're worthy of journaling, and of seeing where it takes you. And you're worthy of the sense of fulfillment, the sense of purpose, that comes from taking the time to focus on yourself.